Okay, we're gonna go over a couple of standing type entries. We're gonna do a snap down first, and then in the next video, we're gonna do like a response to a double leg. We don't really have time in this video to extensively get into the hand fighting that's going to be involved in gaining the snap down. We're gonna have some takedown material available on this site in the future, or if you're watching this video in the future right now. But until that time, we're just gonna assume that you know how to get to a snap down. So you will have, you'll be in your wrestling stance, you'll do whatever hand fighting you do, and you're gonna grab the crown of the head, like the occipital bone right here, and you're gonna push down and get into this sort of position. When you do so, let's just back up a little bit. When you do so, what will usually be happening is you will have gotten to like an inside tie position on the biceps, and you'll be pulling backwards. Exactly. This is what we're counting on. Our partner's hands have to go to the mat. If they don't go to the mat, we're not gonna try this. Like, I'm not just going, although we will go over how to do this style of guillotine entry and like jump the guillotine, but that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about, we're wrestling, I've got my style, like we're both matching lead, we're both right foot forward, and I managed to step back and get this to happen by shoving his head down. Again, I'm not at the base of the spine, I'm here. As soon as this happens, my hand will have migrated from the buzz. Just turn a little bit. My hands have migrated from biceps to occipital bone up here and around on the triceps, so I'm still pulling. Let's just rotate a little bit more. You can come down underneath that. So I'm still pulling forward, because if I don't have that constant forward threat, then like if we settle into position and I start trying to guillotine, bingo, right? Any wrestler worth their salt is gonna peek out. So we wanna make sure that we are still pulling our partner forward. So he's having to respond exactly by posting his hands. Once I feel this happen where I've got my snap down, my shoulder's gonna come on top, I'm gonna hit that chin strap. I'm still pulling here, and my aim is to bring my shin in to block. I want to cut his arm out and prevent him from being able to hand fight. So let's get you back up a little bit, we'll stand up. So we got to our inside position, we came up to here, we back this leg up, we pulled our partner forward, we keep moving forward, and we hit. You notice how we already fell into his right shoulder. This is gonna make the finish really sharp, because normally our partner's gonna be looking to roll over their left shoulder to alleviate the pressure on the guillotine and try to gator roll out. By cutting that arm out and by continuing the forward pressure as we hit the entry, our partner's weight's gonna be here, and then this arm's gonna cut out. So he's actually gonna fall into a really deep high elbow guillotine. Right, again, this is hard to do slow, so let's just assume that we landed here. My leg will have gone from, if we were both like matching lead, so right foot forward, my front leg will have become my back leg. I'll still be pulling forward. I'll slip my shoulder over to the chin strap, still be pulling, and then I'm sliding in like this, cutting his arm out, and he falls into, again, like a super deep high elbow guillotine. Obviously, if you don't have stand-up skills, if you don't have some wrestling, this is not available to you, so I feel like a bit of a tool, just be like, hey, so when you know how to wrestle, here's a thing you can do. But again, the takedown modules are a huge project. You don't realize how much, or you may not realize how much effort and energy we put into designing our modules. I don't teach something unless I'm pretty prepared to put it out there and know that I'm gonna be able to do it justice. We've only really been teaching takedowns for a little while at the academy, and I need to make sure that I can absolutely convey it properly on video before we put it out there. So like I said, we will have these resources on the site. I just don't want to give you a product that's anything less than high quality. So until that time, there are actually quite a few resources. If you're inclined to do your own study, I want to give you some recommendations. Well, one really, which is Colat.com, Kerry Colat, highly accomplished wrestler. You're gonna get, you just go on YouTube, you'll see some really great like 1-minute clips on some takedown stuff. If you want to just start to develop your wrestling from that, and you don't have live instructional resources, actual wrestling coaches, I highly recommend you utilize that to start to develop your wrestling. And then when you're able to get to these positions, which you will, this high elbow guillotine off of the snap down is going to be available to you.